Some hardcore gamers complain online that there's nothing to play, and in 2026, I decided to get the Platinum Trophy in Sonic Forces. Yes, I'm holding up the Nintendo Switch version because this is the only one I own physical, but I played it on the PlayStation 5, the PS4 version, because I had it on as a free game for the PlayStation monthly games when you subscribe to PSN. I saw it on there, I was like, oh, I'll play that. I'm sure it's the better version of the game. But I do have the Switch version. I got this back in 2017 on Black Friday at Walmart for like $10. I played it in a weekend at my in-laws' house. We were there for Thanksgiving. I just played it on handheld. This was like, I just got the Switch. I didn't get the Switch at launch. And I just got it, and I was like playing it, and it was like, oh, this is a fine little Sonic game, like nothing special. I thought it was meh, like 5 out of 10, right? And that's really what I see a lot of people say online, that this is just a mess Sonic game, a mess Sonic game. But why did I choose to play this? Of all things, right? Well, recently I played Sonic Rush on Nintendo DS. I absolutely loved that game. That game was fantastic. And really, a lot of people were recommending it, like, oh, play the sequel, Sonic Rush Adventures, play Sonic Colors, play Sonic X Shadow Generations. And I have Sonic X Shadow Generations on PS5. I was really planning on playing that one, to be quite honest, or Sonic Colors next, which I also have on the PSN as a free monthly game. Those are really what I was thinking about playing next. But at the same time, I wasn't thinking about playing a Sonic game in particular. I was thinking I was going to play Mario Galaxy 2 because the Mario Galaxy movie is coming out. At the time of recording this video, it's still not out yet. And so I was like, okay, that'd be a little more relevant. I just also played Mario 64 on N64, and I loved it. I kind of just wanted to collect stars and, I want some kind of 3D platformer and whatever. But also, as I mentioned in my Sonic Rush video a while ago, I've been reading through the Sonic IDW comics. I've been crawling through these things. I'm still on the same volume as I was before. I'm a little farther, but absolutely crawling through these. Besides video games, my next hobbies in order: movies, TV, and then books like comics and manga in particular. I've been reading through the Sonic IDW. It's way more geared towards like young adults or children. Very simple. I couldn't say I'd recommend it to anybody, but when I share like my hobbies with my kids as they grow up, like when they see my bookshelf full of manga and all that, I want something age appropriate for them. And Sonic, I could be like, oh yeah, read Sonic, and then I will also have read it. And I mean, I enjoy it. I'm pretty nostalgic for the Archie Sonic comics. I definitely would have been picking up Archie Sonic if that was available, but yeah, I figured out whatever. This is easy to get. I'll read it, but yeah, still crawling through this thing. I've been actually sacrificing all my reading time for more video game time, particularly handheld. I've been buying some new gaming handhelds, and also just using some of that time I would read for more YouTube, to be quite honest. And so I was reading some of this, and there's a bunch of new characters, right? Like, I haven't played every Sonic game, played a lot of them, but when I see a character like Silver, I'm like, what game has Silver been in? And it's like, oh, that's in Sonic 06. I haven't played Sonic 06, so I didn't know that's where Silver came from. And so that's what I like about this, is just seeing all the characters in Sonic. I'm like, oh, what game did they originate from? And I was looking up one of the characters. I don't know, it was like Tangle, and I think she's an original character from this book. And in like reading like a Reddit thread about that, someone was saying like, oh, well, like, some people like don't like these comics at all, which I like totally understand, to be quite honest. But they're like, oh, the best thing that IDW Sonic Comics ever did for the franchise was no, I'm sorry, the best thing that Sonic Forces. The best thing about Sonic Forces is that it is the prequel for the IDW comics. Again, when I look online, some people love the comics, some people don't. So this game is all around considered basically trash. But the people who do like the IDW comics are like, oh, the best thing about this game is it sets up the comics. And in the comics, as I was reading them, it starts out with like that there was a huge war in the past. And I thought that was really cool. I was like, oh, there's this huge war. That's like a cool way to start out the story. And I thought like later on, like, again, I'm not very far in it. I was like, oh, they're going to like flash back on this huge war, like this huge like cataclysmic event that happened. And then like through that Reddit thread, I'm like, oh wait, Sonic Forces is that war? Like the IDW comics is a sequel to Sonic Forces. I remember that game was like 2 or 3 hours long. It was very short. Like, that would be an easy knockout. I'll play it real quick and beat it, and then like make a video about it. It'd be a huge nothing burger thing, a really quick and easy thing. And I kind of want to play all the Sonic games again. Like, I've played a lot of them. I haven't really beaten many of them. Like, I never went for like all the red rings or all that. I always thought that'd be something I would do later. And so I kind of want to mark like Sonic Rush as like the first like Sonic game like I've played in like my era of like I'm gonna try to go back and complete all the Sonic games, not like marathon in any order. Like I didn't think I was gonna play a Sonic game in general right now, but when I saw that this was a prequel to what I was reading, I really love that kind of cross hobby type of things. So it's like, oh well, because I'm reading these comics, um, I should play Sonic Forces real quick, and because that's a prequel to it, so I can understand the story more. And so that's how I ended up starting playing this game. And so I was playing it, and it's just like funny. I started playing for the story, but then it's just like quickly the story is like not that good, right? A lot of people like recommend like not to like play this game if you're gonna start playing 3D Sonic games. Play like Sonic X Shadow Generation, Sonic Color, something else. And this is like a if you're bored of anything, play this Sonic game. And like yeah, if you're playing just for story, and that's like I would have agreed with that. Uh, with my memories from playing this in 2017, because that's all I did was play the story. And like again, it's a big nothing burger story. It's all about like creating an avatar. That's like the twist of this game is like you have modern Sonic and classic Sonic, and then you have like an avatar that you can create your own Sonic character. But it's all super uninteresting, and the avatar levels are kind of weird. But again, this is kind of like the IDW comics where it brings all the characters together. Same with the enemies too. And one of the things at the beginning that was like really noticeable is like there was one enemy I didn't know who his name was. I actually kind of forgot his name already, but he's from like Sonic Lost Worlds. Um, but Chaos was there, and Chaos is like my Sonic, like one of my Sonic enemies because like Sonic Adventures on GameCube or Sonic Adventures DX, I should say. Him and Shadow, but then like Chaos isn't in it at all. He's in like this opening cutscene where they show all the enemies, but you never fight. He's like the only enemy you never fight. Like you fight Metal, you fight Shadow. Yeah, you just don't fight Chaos, and that's really weird. So the story is honestly just like a big nothing burger, and which is funny because I ended up playing it for the story. One thing I will say is the voice acting. One of the characters is like I swear is the voice actor of Trafalgar Law from One Piece, and I think Infinite, who's like the main bad guy in this one, he's voiced from is like Gar from Naruto. I didn't fact check that because it's Sonic Forces, so who cares? But I'd be very surprised if those aren't it. So I always like got a chuckle every time they were speaking. Um, yeah, like story ended up being like not that great at all. And at first I would have said like the level and the gameplay wasn't that good at all. I played it on hard mode. There's like normal and hard mode, and it's like I don't even understand why there's a difference. Like in hard mode, like it doesn't even matter. There's no like stakes in this game when you if you just simply play it to just beat the game. You'll play a level and you'll die and you go back to the checkpoint. Like you don't have lives. It's not like Sonic Rush where it's like you had lives, and like I was like sweating and I was being very careful not to lose and lose life, because if you do, you start over. This you can just keep going indefinitely until you beat the level basically. So there's like no stakes at all. And it wasn't until like I was mixing up in the game. There's like these SOS missions that basically grind out and gives you like an excuse to replay levels. And I was kind of doing that because there's a mission checklist, and I was kind of going through it a little bit. I'm like, oh, there's like these missions, and I was doing a little bit of them, just like just starting out the game, just kind of see what all the game has to offer. And then there were time trials, and I tried like the first time trials for level 3. It was for 2D Sonic, and again, I'm not that good at Sonic games. So I tried the time trial, I couldn't beat it, and it really forced me to learn some more mechanics of at least like these modern Sonic games with like the spin dash and all of that. And I just really started to enjoy it. Like I always thought that the controls of these games were janky, and maybe that's still true. Part of me wonders if it's a little more that the controls are misunderstood. Because as I did the time trials and I learned more about the game and the level design, I really, really enjoyed it. It hooked me, and the time trials in this game were everything to me. In fact, I would say I loved it. I had so much fun doing the time trials in this. And that's really what hooked me. I felt challenged. Most of it felt fair. There were some levels that I did end up looking up that I like, because in the 2D Sonic ones in particular, there's like multiple different paths, and sometimes it seems like the top path is the best and the lowest path is the worst. Some of them had like secret like paths to go, and the route is pretty much everything. Like, you need to play well, no doubt, but like if you don't have the right route, you're not going to get the time trial. And there were just some things about the game. Maybe it's because I'm so new, still relatively new to Sonic in general. Like I said, I've played a lot of the games, but like I pretty much like just beat the game, never went back and did the rings, never went back into the time trials. There were things I never would have guessed because there were just mechanics that weren't taught to you in the game, like sliding underneath some of these ledges. Like I never would have guessed like you were allowed to do that in the game. And so the time trials in particular really hooked me. I had so much fun doing the time trials. And again, there was only like maybe two or three I had to kind of like look up something about a route. But I guess even if you look it up and you know the route, you still have to do it. I mean, like I guess like Super Mario Brothers NES speedrunning, everybody knows the route for that. But like again, if you get a world record, it's a huge deal, right? Even if you know the route, like you still have to do it and perform it. So uh, I didn't really have too much trouble on the time trials. Nothing took me more than like 30 minutes, I would say. Uh, once I at least maybe an hour if I was like learning the route. Once I knew the route, it would be like 30 minutes. So like for those like three that I ended up looking up, I got it like pretty fast. Well, that's because I pretty much learned the controls, and once I did that, it was really fun. And sometimes I would just do a time trial, and then this is after like I already beat the game. I do a time trial and then go get some rings. So like what I really liked about this game also is like in my instance, if you've been following the channel, a lot of my gaming sessions are either like 15, 30, 45 minutes long, like on a weeknight or even on a weekend. And so to support those micro gaming sessions, these levels take like 1 to 2 minutes long. So yeah, like a 30-minute session, I do a time trial, and then it's like, okay, I did a time trial, and I have like 15 minutes left before I should log off and do more real life stuff. And so it's just like, all right, well, I don't want to be sweating and I don't want to be stuck on a time trial where like, I almost got it. I almost got just one more round, but I have to log off. So I would start off with a time trial and then I would go get some red rings. And so I did that too. I went back and got like a bunch of the red rings, and it was pretty much what the platinum trophy was. Like, as I saw the mission checklist, I was like, I swear doing this checklist is like all these missions probably gets you the platinum trophy. And sure enough, that's what it was. So that was a big hook for me, was really the time trials, and I feel like I got a real deeper understanding of Sonic and of like the modern Sonic games in general by doing that, like as like an exercise, by doing the time trials in this game and collecting all the red rings. Because even the red rings will like teach you just some things about the level or the move set of Sonic that I didn't know by like casually playing as like I've always have in the past. And so whenever I see people talk about this game, they're like, "Oh, I'm new to Sonic. Where should I start?" And then a lot of people say like in modern Sonic, start with like Sonic X Shadow Generations, the perfect place to start, and then like Colors. And this is usually ranked very far down. It's like, well, if you just want more Sonic, then buy Sonic Forces. See, I don't know if I would agree with that. I had a great time with Sonic Forces because of the time trials and the red rings. Like if you're just gonna play the game normally, then what I've said before about Sonic X Shadow Generations, I haven't played that yet, but I'm sure that's true. I'm sure that's a true statement. Like the main game of this, like, is not great, but in terms of like if you're gonna like want to do like the time trials and the rings and really want to understand Sonic, in my opinion, I had a great time with this. I had fun with it. I got the platinum trophy. It was not a grind. None of it ever felt like work. I enjoyed pretty much every moment of this game, playing it now with like that mindset. And it's nice knowing that if I want to play more Sonic, it's going to get better. It's going to be an uphill versus like I played the peak Sonic games first, and now it's like I just want more Sonic. I guess this will like scratch the itch and be like a downhill thing. So starting here, I feel like now it's just like only going to go up and only going to get better from here, which then in turns I have more Sonic and more like just enjoyment to continue to enjoy the IP. And so, yeah, I really enjoyed it, to be quite honest. But there was one achievement in this game that was a grind, and that was 100,000 rings. Now, I'm an experienced achievement hunter, so I am no stranger to sitting down and grinding. As I looked through some Reddit threads, I think when I was doing like the shortcut, like looking up for some of the shortcuts or whatever for the time trials in those few instances I mentioned, I saw a comment of someone saying that like the platinum trophy for this game was like the worst experience they ever had, and I never want to see level 7 again. Like that was like the worst like experience of my life. Like screw this game. That person is a very soft achievement hunter, right? Like they have not been through the grind. It wasn't bad at all. Level 7, like I figured that out by myself. Like it was just very obvious that was a very quick and easy level to do to get 999 rings. Like when you use like the lightning wisp weapon, and there's like all these like lines of rings. It was very obvious that was the level. And so Once I like beat the game and that was like the only trophy left, it's like, well, I made it this far, like, I may as well just get the last trophy. Oh, which is stupid because I ended up wasting like, I guess, like 4 hours of like still like playing the game, going for the trophy. And I would almost say like, oh, that's like a great reason to not have trophies like for like the Switch game, because you're not going to just be wasting some time doing this for what, like, right? Like, I'm not even showing gameplay. There's like, I'm not showing. There's no proof that I have the platinum trophy besides my account. Like, you guys just have to take my word for it. So it's like, why did I even do it? I don't know. It's just like kind of fun, Like sometimes achievements can be fun. So I was just doing it. I was like, whatever. And at the same time, like I said, I've kind of been like pushing YouTube a little more and just like real life stuff. I didn't feel like the next game I want to play is Resident Evil 9, and there was no night I really wanted to start it. So I was like, and like I was getting more 15-minute sessions, like that's just how like my nights were. And so I was just like, I'll just go down and just grind a few, like whatever. Popped in some headphones, listened to music. Been listening, I just put like Wonderwall on repeat because a lot of the comments on my videos with my long hair say I look like the guy from Oasis. So I was like, man, I just started listening to that song just on repeat, just like whatever, like, just having some fun with it. But also I'd use this as as like just a good test experience. What I'd like to do is I used my PlayStation Portal. That's always been like my side quest grind machine. So it's like some of my handheld gaming time where I'm like, oh, I'll play a handheld game. I just popped up the PlayStation Portal and was just kind of playing it, just seeing like I've tried certain games on it, but I was like, oh, how does it respond to a Sonic game with like a platformer and all of that? And it was playing fine. I mean, I was only doing level 7, but I was able to get 999 rings, which like on that level 7 to do the grind, you kind of have to like perform pretty well. Like I didn't get it every time, but I was able to get 999 rings like on a run, like on my PlayStation Portal. And so that was nice, just sitting there listening to some music, using the portal. Like I love using the portal for the thing, but haven't used my portal in like, I don't know, over a year or something. So it was just like when I played Sonic Rush, I turned on my 3DS for the first time in like 5 years, and it just worked. The Portal, it's been like 1 year, like, around, like, give or take a little bit, but like 1 year as opposed to 5. And I had to download and install an update, which took 10 minutes. I had like 30 minutes. I'm going to play some handheld game instead. I'm just going to do that upstairs. And then like 10 minutes, it was like downloading, doing an install. And I was like, oh, like, great, of course. I haven't turned on in a while. I get it. I finished that, and then it did immediately another download install. I'm like, are you kidding me? And I ended up like not even playing that session because it was just downloading and doing installs, which was super annoying. But I guess that's just like modern tech for you, and just you can't beat the 3DS, right? But yeah, so that was just like another thing I did just to help the grind, and like I was actually really surprised. Like the grind went way faster. I mean, at 999 rings, you only have to do it like, I guess, 100 times. I already had the 50,000 just organically before I went into that. Except like when I say organically, but I did the grind a couple times like before I finished the time trials and like the red rings, where I just didn't have a lot of time to, like, I had like 5 minutes left, right? And I didn't want to go and try to get another red ring, and or I was burnt out from like a time trial. I was like, I'm sweating. I just need to chill. Like I know this grind's coming. I'll do a couple rounds of that. But it was pretty much organic to the the 50,000 rings, and then so 50 more times on the grind. You sit down, turn on the PlayStation Portal, do it 10 times. It goes by so fast. Like the level takes like a minute 30 to run through it. So yeah, for that person who said that the grind of level 7 was the worst thing of their life, I mean, they have a very easy life because that grind's not bad at all. But one additional thing I did for a little bit of closure, like for myself, and something I just thought, hey, I should do for the video, is because of that grind, I really wanted to say in this video, I'm like, the achievement for that is like dumb. Like the platinum trophy is awesome, but then there's that ring grind, which is like just stupid. So like if all you have is access to the Nintendo Switch, this is a perfectly fine version of the game. And like if all you have is a Switch and all you've ever played is the Switch, and like you play other Sonic games on the Switch, then like, yeah, I guess that would like that would stay true. You're probably used to this. But I thought about I popped this into my Nintendo Switch 2. I haven't played the Nintendo Switch 2 in a while. It's funny that this is the first game I popped in and played since like Donkey Kong Bonanza. Sonic Forces. So I popped this in just to see. I'm like, does the Switch 2 make it perform better? And it doesn't. Like the Switch, which I think sucks. I guess like you have to have like, they have to release like a Switch 2 like edition patch, like those free patches, and there isn't one for this. So it just runs just like the Switch version. And if you have the option of playing like the PS4 version, like or this or even like PC, like this would be like the worst version. Graphic wise didn't offend me that much. It is noticeably more jaggy. And like, I don't know what resolution it's being rendered at. I don't even think it's like 1080p. Um, it looked noticeably bad, but it's the frame rate of it. Like I kind of felt like I was gonna barf when I tried one of each of the levels, like the Sonic, the Avatar, and Classic Sonic. At the first thing I did was level 7. I was able to pull my old save from the cloud, so I was like, sure, like I don't want to start from the beginning. Like I'm just doing this for like just a quick 15 minutes just to see, because I realized I've never done that before. I've never played a PS5 game and then also, or PS4 or PS5 game and then tried it out on like the OG Nintendo Switch. And like it was blurry. It was like, especially the 2D side, I felt like I was gonna like throw up. And it's a serviceable version for the game if you're just like living in Nintendo Switch land. But if you have any other option, I would not recommend this. And maybe that was another reason why I thought it was mid back in like 2017. Like not a great story. The game like doesn't look and play very good. It's all like it's slow, right? Like it's got that, like I think it's 30 frames per second. Yeah, something about it was just like, oh man, it does not look great, especially on that TV. Maybe if I play on a smaller TV, it'd be fine. But or better. But yeah, it was not good. I wish the Switch 2 could just brute force this to be better, and that's why I never got into Nintendo Switch collecting. To be quite honest, like first off, I hate the red spines, so it's just to have a giant wall of red. I hate it. I think it looks ugly. I actually have like a little bit back in the background. There's some Switch games uh over there. You can see kind of like right there. I don't like it. So yeah, imagine this whole shelf is just red. Like I don't think it's a flex. I think it's gross. But then it's like a lot of times this is some of like the worst versions of the game is on Nintendo Switch. And that's kind of why I do like Nintendo Switch 2. Like if this game came out on Nintendo Switch 2, there's no reason why the Nintendo Switch 2 couldn't handle this just as good as the like what I played on the PS5. But yeah, that's why I never really got into Nintendo Switch 1 collecting. But I understand people who do like it. And again, like if this is the version you play it and you want to play it and this is all you have access to, like don't let that like make you not play it and not enjoy it. And just if you have the option, like the PlayStation 5 version was just, or it's technically the PlayStation 4 version I played on PlayStation 5, it was noticeably better. And this was noticeably worse. But maybe if I played this first, I wouldn't care about much. I don't know. It was kind of blurry, made me want to like throw up. So I don't know. I just wanted to. I realized I never did that. I never played a PlayStation game and then also played the same game on the OG Nintendo Switch and get that side by side experience. I'm always trusting people online what they're saying, like, "Oh, it looks so bad on the Nintendo Switch," but I like to form my own opinion. So I thought that would be. I was just like, before I make this video, let's just do it. Let's pop it in, like I have it, and let's just check it out. And so, yeah. Sonic Forces, is it worth it in 2026? I would say so. If you're a brand new Sonic fan, I think it's even more worth it to start here because, like I said, I totally trust that stuff like Colors and Sonic X Shadow Generations is only going to be better. Again, I've played other Sonic games, so I know there are better Sonic games than Sonic Forces, especially when it comes to the story. It's just, I feel like it's very ironic, though. The whole reason why I played this game in the first place right now in 2026 is because of the story, and I don't even like remember the story. It was so nothing. I wrote it off so fast, but the time trials that hooked me. The red rings was fun. There was other stuff like the number rings and the moon rings. I didn't mention those, but those were fun too. I don't know how much if those number rings and moon rings are also in the other games. I know I'm familiar with the red rings in other games, but I guess I've never collected them all really. So I didn't even know that the numbered rings and moon rings were a thing. Again, not sure if those are specific to this one or other ones. You can let me know down in the comments. But I had a great time. People who don't know what to play in 2026 and they need these companies to release new games and tell you what to play. I don't know what to tell you. I just dug up Sonic Forces, which is like, this came out in like 2017 or whatever. This is almost a 10-year-old game. This is almost retro. You could have played this game in freshman year of high school and you could be like graduated from college already. That's how long this game's been out. This is borderline retro, if you ask me. When I played Xbox 360 10 years ago, it would have been like N64 or something. So yeah, it's pretty old. But I had a lot of fun with it, quite honestly, and I don't regret it. And none of it felt like work. None of it felt like a grind. And yeah, I definitely can't wait to play more Sonic games. I say I can't wait, but I'm in no rush to play another one. I mean, no Sonic Rush to play another one, but we'll see if it naturally comes. It's just like, all right, I checked off Sonic Forces off the list of playing and beating all the Sonic games, and I don't have to get platinum every time. It all depends on if it's fair or not. This one felt fair, and that tiny little grind at the end for the rings, not that big of a deal. It was a great time, and I would even go as far as say I recommend it if you're trying to get into Sonic. Just like know what you're getting into. The story's kind of dumb. And so if you like the video, leave a like, subscribe. See you in the next video. Later.